Hey everybody, thanks for visiting us. This is the NRA Gun Care System website and online store, the NRA licensed gun care system. The National Rifle Association recently authorized a new line of extreme performance gun care products, the NRA licensed gun care system. That, to put it simply, brings U.S. military grade gun maintenance products to NRA members and to consumers everywhere. These are highly engineered products that were developed in cooperation with U.S. military program managers. They're made by Mil-Comm Products Company, which has been a defense industry supplier of extreme performance lubricants for more than 20 years. Now everybody can tell you that they make the best gun lubricant or gun cleaner, gun whatever. Everybody's got a story. But no one has the pedigree of the products that are now part of the NRA licensed gun care system. These products are used by not only all branches of the U.S. military, but U.S. Special Forces, leading law enforcement, Secret Service, FBI, ATF, U.S. Marshals, Homeland Security, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, more than 20 allied militaries, and one of our products, the TW25B grease, is the officially specified lubricant of Sig Sauer, which is quite an endorsement. So this is our home, NRAGunCare.com. We also have a toll-free number for ordering by phone, 1-877-NRA-GUN, G-U-N-1, the number 1, 1-877-NRA-GUN-1. We invite you to look around our site and become familiar with these world-class products. My colleague Greg now will cover a couple of specific areas. We're going to try to do this in 3 or 4 parts. Greg will talk about the formulas and the packaging of our different products. He'll discuss the arguments for using grease lubricant versus oil lubricant. We have both. They're different tools. And we also have 2 different cleaning products, MC25 and MC50, that Greg will talk about as well. So thank you for visiting, and hope you call us soon. Thank you.
The grease and the oil are the same product, but the grease leaves, after you polish it in, a fairly dry finish, where the oil clearly is leaving you with an oil finish. They're both very, very low viscosity. You do not need a lot of product. The real magic of the product works semi-chronically, so you have to trust that it's there, but you're going to feel the action. It gets smoothed out, and you're also setting up a barrier on the metal surface to minimize buildup. A lot of times if you go shoot, you can just do dry wipes, carbon comes right off. I'm just going to show you a critical application. The grease tends to be very popular in a semi-automatic pistol on the rails in particular, as opposed to the oil. And I'm just going to leave a thin bead right in there, and what's very easy to use is a Q-tip, and run it right on the rails. See, the product has pretty much disappeared, just a slight gloss. And actually, you notice you got some carbon we drew out, because the grease actually gets underneath fouling and draws it out. And the oil, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just a little along the rail, run the Q-tip through there, but I actually do prefer the grease. The oil, it's going to look like oil. This is, there's no petroleum. This is all synthetic. This is non-solvated. Okay, this is not a CLP, this is an LP. Grease or oil, they're great. Oil is definitely ideal for the hard to reach spots. Like I said, with the grease, it's definitely popular with the rails. Polishing the trigger is highly regarded. On the barrel, you definitely want to lubricate inside and outside the barrel and get the lug notches. See, here we are drawing out more carbon. Inside the barrel, you're going to help minimize the buildup and enhance the ballistic event. But it does a nice job at, even though it's not a cleaner, it does a nice job at cleaning up and drawing fouling off and making it much easier going forward. But you want to lubricate those critical points. There are plenty of Points that are not needed, you certainly do not want to go near the firing pin mechanism. Over here on the frame, the back trigger bar. Back here you want to polish in a little bit. And then lastly on the slide rails, there's 4 slide rails. Those are very good points to lubricate, important friction points. And some other points are not that critical, especially on polymer gripped weapons. There aren't that many lubrication points. You might want to also lubricate your magazines, and the TW25B weapon wipe is very handy at just after action wiping down the outer surface. There's always carbon that comes out of the end of the barrel, as well as wiping down the magazines. If you have time to go inside all the various compartments carefully, and it just cleans up very nicely and makes it easy to get back into action. This is the Mil-Comm NRAGunCare.m4v cleaner, which is the double-acting detergent and enzymatic cleaner degreaser, which is an excellent pre-treatment for our lubricant. Very safe and gentle to use. It won't irritate your skin. Here we have a recoil spring guide rod. We're just going to spray that, let it sit for a minute, and clean it up while we're waiting. An important thing to remember is that the lubricant protectant, whether it be the grease or the oil, it's well established that one treatment of the lubricant is going to last you longer than traditional products. So you're not going to have to relubricate as quickly. It'll last a lot longer. I've had guys come back to me saying they fired well in excess of 1,000 rounds without a misfire, without jam, without having to relubricate. And these products all make that happen. It really doesn't matter what brand or what configuration of firearm. So now we've let this piece sit, which is not really a critical lubrication point, but it does collect a lot of carbon fouling. There's some powder left on here, as you can see. And if I want to be more detailed, I can use a nylon brush or toothbrush to help clean that up. And you want to let that dry before you lubricate, or just let it go and put it back in there. Here we have the barrel assembly, wiping that down. And it's very easy. Then once you're dry, you lubricate modestly, and then you're back in the game. So we have the NRAGunCare.m4v cleaner, which is your go-to for as your all-purpose cleaner, degreaser. And then with the new MC50, more likely with the long guns like shotgun or rifle applications, it could be needed in pistols around the bore. Like I said, for long guns, also the choke, and there's the plastic wads that might melt onto on the shotgun. But this is a stronger material. It's really effective, and you carefully work that into those parts, and when you're done, get it off, and then you're ready to lubricate with either our grease or oil. But once again, it's another solution as a part of the system. What's unique about this new formula, someone's going to quickly say solvent, but it's an oil-based bore cleaner. It's a little different. Much way along the same lines, our lubricant protectant penetrates the surface and draws out fouling. This pretty strong cleaner does the same thing, but in more of an aggressive cleaner function. So you have a hard buildup scenario, whether it's copper or some other hard buildup, you're really hitting it with this, let it soak in, work it into the parts, draw out that hard fouling, and then you're ready to lubricate. It's very quick acting and unique.